Okay, cool.
Don't go picking your nose, June.
I think the origin of WDT definitely starts in the summer of 2021. Briar and I had already started playground printing, and I had heard of this kid, Josh Kuhn, from my days in college, and invited him out to be an intern. And before he went back to college for his last semester, we were like, we need to start something. We had the idea to make Wisconsin Design Team, and I'm sure we would all tell a little bit different story of how it got started, but the main thing that really sparked it all was a trip that we all took at the end of August, driving out west, and we had a few products that we started to shoot. We really came together as a team and decided that we were going to do something special, and from there we've been going ever since.
Oh, the name?
Sam picked the name.
I think I
remember
definitely
Sam picked it. I was just like, what the hell? Like, it's so long, and then we just went with it.
It was just one of those things, like, we kept saying WDT in Wisconsin design team, to the point where it was just always in our head.
It didn't box us into anything, because as a design team you can do whatever you want, and so that's what we've been doing. And it really started out making bootleg merch. We were bootlegging with UW Wisconsin merchandise. We literally popped up on campus without a street vending license, no formal LLC, nothing, just went for it. And we of course got shut down within an hour, but before that hour was up, we were, had a mob of people already there. College merchandise was very blanketed and boring, and just, gilded hoodies and stuff like that, and we really wanted to provide something new to the student. And so, being that we were all from Madison, we did so well, building a community, and so it took off pretty quickly. And from there, we kind of forced the hand of UW and the licensing team to allow us to become licensed, and from there started to get a wholesale account with the bookstore, which really helped propel things, and got a street vending license in Madison. And we would fly from New York to Madison 4 or 5 times in that first year and do pop-ups Thursday, Friday, Saturday, pack up, store stuff, fly back Sunday, make a bunch of stuff for 2 weeks and do it all again. And we ran like that for the first semester, to the point where we were like, you know what, we need to open a store.
We were all incredibly probably naive to what it took to open up a store. I remember we opened the first day and I was just sitting there at a fold-up table and a fold-up chair selling stuff.
Briar and I do all the production out in New York and then ship it to Wisconsin. And so when we first started out, when Josh was in Wisconsin, like he said, we didn't know what we were doing, and so we weren't communicating as much as we needed to, and things were just kind of falling apart. And then it took us regrouping at the top of last year and coming together and be like, all right, we need to have communication at all times and really focus in on that more than anything. And ever since then, we've been meeting, almost daily. We have 3 set meetings every single week, Tuesday and Thursday, where Josh, Briar, and myself meet, and then Friday we have a team meeting. And that keeps everything super clear as to what our schedule is, who's doing what we need to get done this week, what we need to get done this quarter. So at this point, how many employees do we have, Josh?
8.
8 employees. Briar, myself, Josh, and Kaz are the head of WDT.
I helped move back here, open up our first store, then helped open up our second store. So I help with day-to-day stuff, and then a lot of design work and working with clients, so custom and wholesale orders as well, and then a lot of marketing and social media.
I mainly do a whole lot of the design work as well as the back end stuff, so taking invoices and buys from Josh, and then get press play on production over on the playground printing side of things.
I come up with a lot of the ideas and strategies as to where we're going to go and how we're going to do it and what we're going to do next. And that's kind of the role I've taken and kind of grown into over the course of the last 3 years. And we have store manager and Maddie, who really holds things down for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
What has been your most memorable milestone?
It's hard because they just keep getting better and better. I mean, I remember when we officially got licensed, it was like, wow, how fucking cool is that? And now it's like, wow, we've just opened a second store.
I'm Crazy Josh. We all know and love this old place. Come check out our new location at the Hilldale Mall! Our new Hilldale location is perfectly built with environmental narratives to enhance your shopping experience. I can't go home until we sell everything.
And now it's like, wow, we might collaborate with so-and-so. And so my most recent favorite milestone would definitely be that second location.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Like, I remember I used to just see kids wearing the stuff around, like, just out in public, and I thought that was the craziest thing ever. And now things like meeting with these companies that I've always, like, been a customer for, or having people come to us and want designs from us because they've seen it. I think stuff like that is where I really, like, am able to take a step back and be like, wow, that's super sick.
For me personally, obviously, like kind of what Sam and Josh had said, all of the development, you know, everything keeps getting bigger and bigger. But I think for me, the one that felt like the best was like when we did the first, when we were doing pop-ups, like when we did like $5,000 in one day, like that was unreal to me in the sense of like this is actually working. You know, like all we're doing is doing a fold-out table on the street. And like, you know, like the amount of, like we would have a line of people there, there'd be a huge crowd. So just like kind of seeing that and having that sense of like, you know, like what we're doing is actually starting to work and is gonna catch on.
Personally, being here, I love seeing the community it builds. I've never like been a consumer of a clothing brand and felt like I was like integral to that brand, like I mattered to it. And obviously I can't speak for the consumer, but being here, I see a lot of the same kids over and over again shopping with us. They come to our events to the point where I know like these kids' names and I'll see them on the street and say hi. So I think just keeping that more community outlook and keeping it just a little less, I don't know, like corporate feeling, like even through social media and stuff like that, always making it interactive, just to keep the idea, knowing that we wouldn't exist without the customers that support us. I think that's something that's important to me.
Yeah, I agree. I think community more than anything. And just my goal would be to become the Wisconsin brand, where when someone needs something for a birthday or, you know, I need something new for the summer, they know exactly where to go. It's WDT. I mean, as far as where I see it going, I want to get more and more brand collaborations that really help us become, like I said, that name brand in Wisconsin that people think of.
Yeah, I would say working with some brands, and then I just kind of can't wait to see the hopefully like the success of our second location, especially because it's more of a warm weather outdoor shopping mall. So I'm excited to see that this spring and summer.
That's it, guys.
Fire.
Sweet.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, see you in a couple of minutes.
We meet every Tuesday, Thursday to make sure we know what we're working on this week. If anyone needs help with a certain project they're working on, or, you know, as we're doing right now, designing our Hilldale collections.
With it being kind of like the spring, going into the summer, I was trying to think of a way to highlight something that we hadn't really touched on before in Wisconsin. A big part of Wisconsin is just like the nature aspect of it. So I was trying to think of a way to highlight the variety of different trees and things like that that you see as you travel around the state. So I decided to hand draw kind of like the most common trees that you'll see.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then having something like that.
Fire. Good thing you went hard. So.
spring break shirts get in?
They should be there.
Or
I think they ship Friday, so they should be there tomorrow.
Oh,
Totes, those 2 hats Briar was waiting on, patches, the green jacket, and then those women's tees that were on LA. That'll all ship today, so it'll be there Friday. I know Briar cooked up some really cool stuff, so maybe you want to start sharing, Bri.